Yo, what is up? Happy Sunday, everyone. How y'all doing? Thanks for being here early. Appreciate you guys. All right, all right. What's up, guys? Nice little small stream today. What's up, Barb? Good to see you. Hey, John, how's it going? Faker, good to see you. What's up, Curtis? Hungry Queens, I saw your wins. You've been killing it. Nice. What's up, Bearded? Always a pleasure. JB, good to see you, man. Cryptic Cragman, welcome to the show. All right, let's get this music out of here. We can just turn it down. We could have it just chill in the background a little bit. We want to get into these spicy charts, right? All right. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. So, first, let me just say, shout out to everyone who's been murdering Soul with us. Look at that. Don't worry, we're going to get to Bitcoin. But this is just a really good lesson here on understanding what you're looking at, right? And just taking the trade, right? What is this, an 8 risk to reward trade? Well, let's be realistic, right? Let's say you took profit at this resistance here, 6 to 1. Not bad. You could have lost 4 trades, won that one, you're in profit. But the main reason that I'm starting with this today is because of what I said on the last stream. Or it might have been at some point last week, right? What I said at some point last week, which was, if you missed this trade here, there is no reason that you should miss this trade here. Right? And the context for that was, on the daily, ever since down here, we've been saying, hey, Sol is looking really good. We should get bullish on Sol, right? So we had the 4-hour break of structure down here, right? We had the 4-hour break of structure, the retest trade, up we went. Small pullback to the moon, right? Then, last week we talked about it happening again, right? Downtrend, 4-hour break of structure, pullback trade to the moon, right? So just wanted to call that out here, right? This is market structure, right? There's a reason that we were bearish here and we were giga bullish here. All right, cool. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Okay. I already have this somewhere. Okay, I apologize for the white screen, guys. Bear with me here. I really should do something about this because people complain, but yeah. So one of my orders got hit already. So I'm long from here. I have another order here. So what has Bitcoin done? So on the 4-hour, so on the daily, right? I don't have to do all this on this chart. Basically, this is what we had last week, right? I'll get off this chart for you guys. But yeah, so we broke structure here. So let's recreate it. We had demand here. we were talking about the first area to long being here. There's a 3-to-1 to the highs, I believe. And then we talked about if you go on the 4-hour, you have a breaker block here, right? So you have your breaker block right here. Right? And then you also just have unmitigated demand on the 4-hour. Right? So if it's not going to flip here, which what would be the clue that it's probably going to flip here? Well, I would say if we flip internal structure back bullish. As you go on your market structure journey here, right? You will start to recognize when things look like they're setting up to flip market structure, right? Like you were unlikely to flip your market structure here because your high was way up here. Right? Whereas when you come down here and your high is closer, like look at the 3-hour at the bottom. Perfect JPOW. And I posted this in the Discord when it happened. Right? It's a little more likely to break structure there. But you still wait for confirmations, right? So if you, unless you are long on the bigger picture, right? If you're taking a swing. But if you flip your internal structure bullish here at like 115,600, you're likely coming back to attack this. Okay. Because then your internal and external both be bullish, right? Okay. Distracted. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. So, we have our other trade here, which I think is like a 5-to-1 or something. Yeah. And that level is like somewhere around 113,400. It's like a 6-to-1. Okay? So, if a 3-to-1 didn't get you excited, there's a 6-to-1 down here. This is a 4-hour structure flip. This is the exact same trade as this. This is actually the exact same trade as that, right? Can anyone tell me why this second trade here is the exact same trade as this one? I know it's early on a Sunday. I'm still going to make you guys think. You guys know the answer. You guys got this. All right. I'll just say it. It's because it's the same breaker block, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's the 4-hour breaker block, right? It's the exact same trade. Yeah, decision demand, that works too. Yeah. Yeah, and the reason that Hungry Queens is right about decision demand is because if we zoom in, right, this is the decision demand of this smaller Wyckoff model. Okay, cool. So we know that that's what we're looking for longs, right? So back to what I was saying. So on the daily, what were we talking about last week, right? We were saying that this correction could still be bullish if what happened, right? If we SFP the daily low. We have now SFP the daily low, right? So going back to like the analogies that we were using last week, right? So we talked about how this low dropped one of your boxes while you were moving, right? Dropped it and the shit inside cracked, right? And you're like, oh, damn. What the hell, bro? Your job was to break this, was to get the boxes through here. You failed your job. Why'd you do that? We're going to go test you, make sure you're good. So price comes back, tests that low, and he says, nah, bro, I'm really strong. Get out of here, right? So you've retested the low. You've SFP'd it. You've broken 4-hour structure out of it. All good things, right? All good signs. So as long as 4-hour structure holds, we would expect a rotation back to attack this high. That's why, where are all of our targets for our swing trades? At this high. Put a 1 in chat if that makes sense. Right on. Right on. Oh, I love it. Look at all those ones. Heck yeah, guys. All right, so let's look at some indicators, right? So all the Market Cipher peeps out there, if we look at Market Cipher, look at this. Anchor trigger wave on the daily. What is this? Daily bullish divergence. Right? Pretty cool. Money flow coming up. Alligator jaws on the RSIs. Already starting to clamp together. All right, things are looking good. Things are looking good. What I'm trying to tell you guys, right? So, oops. So there was a reason that we're bearish here, and there's a reason that we're bullish here. And it's just market structure. So what would change my mind? What would change my mind is a 4-hour close below here. Simple. That would change my mind. Otherwise, it's looking good. Let's see. Did we end up flipping the 6-hour here? Let's go to 6-hour. We did. So we are also in a 6-hour uptrend, right? Also, on the 6-hour, we have the same breaker block, right? The exact same breaker block. This trade is even more attractive. Yeah, Barb. Yeah, so this one, the risk to reward wouldn't really be there. I don't think if you did that. Let's see. Yeah, that one, but this one you could do. I think that there's a chance that we do get a range deviation, but I think I would rather treat that range deviation trade as like a reclaim long stop below there type thing. Or like come down here, close above, take the trade here, stop loss here. And in my mind, it doesn't really matter if that happens, right? Because let's say we lose both these trades, right? You're managing your risk on both these trades. If you stop them out and then you win like a 7-to-1 range deviation trade here, you're not really going to care that you lost these, right? So that's kind of how I see it, because otherwise your risk to reward gets really bad, right? So I'd rather take the small loss on these two trades here, enter a range deviation trade here, and make all the money back on like the 7-to-1 risk to range deviation trade here. The only thing that I would be aware of, so if you're actively managing your trades, you can watch for an SFP of this low. 4-hour close below here, you're out, right? Because you could get a sweep of the low here. But generally, since this is a 6-hour break of structure, a 6-hour breaker block, and a 4-hour breaker block, like this second 6-to-1 trade is, I took both these trades. Like this one's already filled. This one is what's getting me really excited. But we might not get there, right? Because like I said, we have the daily anchor trigger, daily bullish divergence, right? Things are looking good. We're like testing the 50 EMA right now. These alligator jaws on the RSIs, man, they hit. Like, look, you had alligator jaws here. You get the momentum clip, snap together, big move up, right? See if we can find another example, right? Here, alligator jaws. You get the anchor trigger, snaps back together, big move up, right? Right? It works down too, right? But like here, alligator jaws, anchor trigger, snaps back together, big move up. So just something to be aware of. Like these alligator jaws look like they're already closing, right? Hey, Otter's in the chat for Alex. What's up, man? Hope you're having a great weekend. And also, so I'll tell you another thing that has me excited for a move up here, like at least to like 123-ish, is all of this in here is just liquidity to be taken, right? Because we mitigated everything on the way up, right? Like we mitigated this here. We mitigated this. We mitigated this. We mitigated this. We mitigated like this, right? So it's the same thing that we were talking about on ETH whenever we were talking about how ETH could have that really big move up, which it did, right? Where was our... Yeah, like the same thing that we were talking about down here. About how all of this was mitigated on the way down and it likely was going to have a very quick move up, right? Well, it just sliced through everything, right? So it's the same idea on Bitcoin. That we're just looking for it at the very least to come here. Very least to come to like 119,300. Which, just doing a quick little eyeball here, it looks like that would be... Yeah, look at that. It's a golden pocket, right? Golden bull run, straight to the golden pocket, right? Very possible. So, yeah. Again, what would change my mind? 4 hour, 6 hour close below here. Otherwise, we're chilling. Dips are for buying. Now, if we look at like volume delta, for example, I won't flashbang you guys again. I think I have it on this chart. Yeah, so when we were at the lows here, that's a lot of buying. Like, when Jerome Powell hinted at rate cuts, 231 million longs. This volume for this pullback, right? What do we see in rallies, right? Volume increases on rallies and volume decreases on reactions. This volume here, this ain't shit. This is not shit. Bunch of shorts opened up here, here. We are right at that price. Right? So just keep that in mind, right? And if we're, you know, Tina's halfway down the vector candle, right? Let's see. Where's their 0.5 at? We're like sitting at the 0.5 right now. Yeah, we have to do a little bit of work, right, for these EMAs to cross back up, but that's nothing. It's nothing. So Darren, no, like, I don't know what MSF means, if you can write out that abbreviation, but no, like, generally when you have a break of structure, it's totally normal to come back to the breaker block, right? Because this is where all the orders were that initiated the imbalance. So it's totally normal to drift your way back down to that order block and then take all the liquidity, go to a higher high. Like if you're shorting this, you would ultimately be targeting the breaker block. Market structure fake out? No, so generally to tell if it's a fake out, I would pull a fib like this. I'd say, is this over the deviation line? It's over 115.5. That's a real breakout to me. Also, if you're using volume, like, this isn't fake to me. Like, there is strength in this move. There is a lot of strength in this move. This just looks like creating a bullish CME gap to rip back up on Monday. Let's look at the CME. Yeah, like, all right, so we're going to open the CME gap at the start of the week here, right? We're going to, where are we right now? We're like here, right? We're like right here. We're going to open the CME gap, and we're going to be coming up here. Like, just to be aware of, right? It's actually nice because it's the first time in a while that we've created a bullish CME gap. Right? We've been creating bearish CME gaps. We've been filling those and filling those, filling those. Now we got a little gas in the tank, right? Got a little bit of gas in the tank here. Right? So, something to be aware of. Which is why we're even more, you know, interested in longs here and here, right? We've got gas to pull us up. That's what it looks like to me, Darren. But I see what you mean. But for it to be like a fake out, it would have to be like a SFP for me, like somewhere in here and then come back down. That would be a fake out for me. This just looks like, I mean, it's got to pull back, right? You grab like half of the liquidity in here, you pull back, you reload, bang, you'll grab the rest, right? Now, nothing in trading is a guarantee. All we can do is manage our risks, take high probability setups, and see what happens, right? But I mean, it's the exact same idea here, right? Like you break structure on the 4 hour, you long like okay, Darren. So this would be my argument for that, right? So if we look at the 6 hour, or wait, where's the breaker block on the 4 hour? Okay, so this is a order block on a smaller time frame. I think it's like the 1 hour or the 2 hour or something, right? But you pull your structure here on the 4 hour. You still close below it, but where do you return to? You return to the breaker block, and then up you go. Make a higher high. It's the exact same trade here. The exact same reason why we were super bullish here and all throughout here until here is the exact same reason that we're bullish here. It just comes down to a 4 hour break of structure. We were also waiting for this 4 hour break of structure this entire way down, right? I was telling you guys, don't trade this chop, right? If you're trading it, you should be taking quick profits at lower highs. And then now we get our trend trade, right? Which our trend trade is this move, right? Our trend trade is this move, right? This is our corrective move. This is our corrective move. This is kind of like a trend move down, though. That makes it a little scary, right? We're going to have to put in some real proof, right? But just generally following structure. If this does turn into a daily downtrend, we'll close below this low. And then we can look for shorts, right? We write it down. But until then, this looks like, hey, bro, you were supposed to break this high. You dropped one of our boxes. Let's go make sure you're still strong. Bang! All right. We get it, bro. You're still strong. All right, let's load up. Let's go. Yeah, of course, Darren. Yeah, and you got me. You got me on Discord, man. My DMs are always open, bro. It's the whole point of this channel, man. Okay. Yeah, Darren. Just if you just like look back, like generally the 4 hour will close below after it breaks. So it's I would set this up, right? This 125 to 25%. There's a video on the channel called trading ranges, range deviations, SFPs, that stuff. It'll go over all of that. And the market structure course too. All right, cool. Any other questions on Bitcoin, right? So you guys have the levels, right? We're in demand right now. We got a 4 hour, 6 hour order block here. And if you close a 4 hour, 6 hour candle below here, really below here, but below here, then you can flip, right? I'll tell you this. Hey, Barb, I'll tell you this. You can use this as your stop. That's probably safer. If you want to set it and forget it, Barb, you can use 110.850 as your stop. Thanks for asking that question, because I probably won't modify the stop on this trade just because my risk would be affected, but I might modify the stop on this because I still have time to change the order. But yeah, 110.850 you could use if you want a little bit more protection from that like SFP go. But again, like, look at all the volume. Okay. Yeah. Oh, did I miss your question? SFP sniping, especially on high time frames, makes me anxious. Any tips for hard stop losses to manage? Yeah, so the way that we set up this SFP trade last week, so you're talking about like you didn't catch this daily SFP. So obviously, like, it's a little hard to catch this unless you're like scalping on lower time frames and you expect it and you want to leave it for a swing. But you can use the range deviation level as your stop loss at like, and that would make it like a 4-to-1. But waiting for the 4 hour structure is not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like the whole way down, we were talking about waiting for the proof. Now, the closer you get to this range deviation, yeah, it gets way more attractive to take that trade, right? But like by waiting for the flip, we still get a 3 and like a 6-to-1 risk to reward. Because like all that matters is the relationship between your stop loss and your take profit. Because you can adjust the size of your position no matter what. Like you're just looking for high RR. Now, the SFPs that I love to take is like a range deviation SFP, right? So take your daily high and your daily low, right? And price pushes down, price closes back above, you enter that trade, stop loss below the wick, targeting premium of the range. Right? Now that's an 8-to-1, right? Price pushes down, closes above, you enter the trade, stop loss below the wick, targeting the premium of the range, right? That's 3 to 1. And then you can leave runners on these, right? This runner would have gotten stopped out, which is fine, but this runner would not have, right? Which is like a 7 to 1 trade. Or I guess more if you, but no one sells here. They probably sell here, right? Probably sell here. It's like a 7 to 1 trade, right? So that's how, these are like the SFPs that I would take. Now, even if you're using daily external structure, you can still do this, right? So we had our daily low here, right? So this would be more in line with like what I was talking about over here, right? So as you inch closer to this range deviation level, the RR gets way more appealing, right? Like entering here, stop loss below the range deviation, targeting premium of the range, like 6, and then back to highs, it becomes like 15. Right, so it just depends how you want to do it. There's a lot of ways to trade daily SFPs. It's hard, so these SFPs were way easier to trade. So if you were going to enter these on like a basic SFP logic, right? So if we have our previous daily low here, like you see this SFP, you're probably taking it. You see this SFP, you're probably taking it. And the trade's set up the exact same way, right? Long here, stop loss below the wick. Except with an SFP, you'd actually be targeting the week high. What did I do? Hold on. Yeah. So you'd actually be targeting the highs, because then it's like a 9 to 1 trade, right? Now, obviously, like you guys are my structure guys, right? So if we were taking this trade, and then we see this happen, you're taking the small W here, and you're getting ready, right? But, or at least like taking some off, right? Or maybe you take some off. Did we SFP this? Oh, wait, did we swipe that high? No, we didn't. I remember. Did we? No, we barely didn't swipe that high. Yeah, so you're probably using structure to get out. I'm getting kind of besides the point here. But yeah, to trade the daily SFPs, it would have been the same trades. Except this one, you would have been targeting. You would have been targeting the high. It's a 4 to 1 trade, right? So that's how you would trade generally SFPs. The problem with this SFP, let's get rid of some stuff here. So the problem with this SFP is that by the time that we closed, you're not going to take this trade. You're not taking this, right? Like it just doesn't make sense to take this trade. So that's why you would be like, okay, well, where can I look to enter? Oh, well, we have this daily order block here. Let's zoom in. Let's see what we have on there. Oh, that's unmitigated demand on the 4 hour. Okay, cool. Oh, look, we also have an order block here. What are the RRs there, right? Oh, it's a 3 to 1. Okay, cool. I'll take that. And then, oh, down here. Oh, it's a 6 to 1. All right, I'll take that, right? And you're patient because, I mean, yeah, you could FOMO up here, but you're risking $5,000 to make $7,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. So that's why I would say this SFP is a lot harder to trade than the ones back here. Just because it's not really tradable, right? By the time it closes, you already hit your daily supply up here, and you're starting to like, you're likely gonna pull back, right? So it's just a little harder. Hopefully that answers your question, Hungry. Shout out to all my Cipher Matrix folks, right? The 6 hour and 4 hour has been absolutely killing it. Beautiful. All right. What coins do you guys want to look at? Throw some coins in chat. Let's do some altcoins. ETH? Yeah, we can look at ETH. Okay. So we were talking about this descending range here on ETH, how it was consolidating near the top of the range. Where is all-time high? Did we? Yeah, we did break it, right? I remember Aaron celebrating in the Discord. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. All the ETH people were vindicated, right? Everyone was talking about F ETH, ETH sucks, ETH is garbage down here. Well, all it takes is a weekly break of structure, and it's off to the races. Yeah, or, you know, more locally, a daily break of structure right here. Don't worry, we'll talk about it. It's early, guys. It's early on a Sunday, right? We got time. We got time. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But I mean, like, you guys, my structure folks, understanding structure, right? Look at how beautiful this is. ETH breaks daily structure, and it doesn't look back. All right. This is not structure here because this didn't break this low. Right. But this is. Goes above. I moved my stop loss to entry. Nope. Stopped out. Go. Right. Market makers, come back. Stop everybody who moved their stop loss to entry from up here. And off to the races. All right. So you don't need to predict the market. You don't need to be a prophet. Right. You just got to react to what you see on the chart. Right. You got to be water. Trade what you see. We say it all the time. It's like the motto of the channel. Trade what you see, right? Not what you hear, not what somebody on Twitter tells you, somebody on YouTube tells you. Trade what you see. All right. Back to ETH. So what were we talking about on ETH? Broadly. Same thing as SOL, right? We were talking about how ETH broke 4-hour structure bullishly. We're looking for pullbacks to get gig along to go back up. Which we got a pullback to the OBIM. We originally had a long there, but then we gave this the next day, right? Because we were expecting a little bit more of a pullback. But anyway, we get gig along at the OBIM, at the spider line, right? And then up, right? Breaks out of the channel. Range, initiation, mitigation, continuation. RIMC. And there you go. All right, so what now, though? Thanks, Wave, for telling me all that in hindsight, but what now? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. If we're going to pull back, we're likely going to do it after we take this high. Why? Because there's absolutely no structure in here. Right? So, like, if you're taking a short, like, your stop, you don't even have, you don't have anywhere to flip bearish structure anywhere in here, right? So it would make more sense to sweep the high, come down, break some structure, give you a spot to put your stop loss, like a strong high to put your stop loss, then come back down. So I would say, likely until we sweep this high, right? We just reclaimed the spider line. We're probably going to at least come up and sweep it. Now we can zoom in and get into the nitty gritty here. So what happens, right? So Luna, sorry guys, one sec. All right, so just quickly, if you guys were shorting this and getting wrecked, the first real short on this chart is here. No, sorry. The first real short on this chart is here. And notice how the first real move down happens there. Yeah, there's a lot on the beef here to take, right? But wait to take it. I mean, you could take the SFP of all-time high, right? Yeah, you could get short here. Stop loss here. Very cheap trade, right? You can take that trade. I mean, if you're targeting like this, I get why you would take this trade. It's a very appealing trade, right? I can see that. But structurally, the first short that you have is after structure breaks here. Right? And then you get short. Maybe you wait for like a 0.5 pullback, but you get short. You don't have to necessarily, but you get short, and you're targeting like your order block here. Yeah, you might have waited just so you can get a better RR. Look at that. It's basically, as soon as it becomes a 3-to-1, people get short. Down we go to the order block. Where do we bounce from? Well, we bounce from the breaker block right here. Right? Or I guess you could say the demand zone, right? Demand zone here. So there was the short. So what now? Man, it's tough. I mean, look at the inward curvature on the 6-hour. Look at, oh yeah, when these RSIs are up here against the, Jesus, that's loud. Sorry guys. When these RSIs are up here, like look, right? Like this is strength. This is strength. Generally, what I use is when these RSIs lose the 80 line. So let's put the 80 line on here. Right? Let's make it more accurate. I use like this, right? Like the RSIs lose the 80 line, we get a real correction. So right now, like over here, right? RSIs lose the 80 line? No, both of them have to. Both of them lose the 80 line here. Down we go. And you guys can backtest this, right? Don't just blindly believe stuff that I tell you. Go look at it, right? RSIs both lose the 80 line here. We get a deeper correction, right? RSIs both lose the 80 line here. We get a deeper correction, right? They both lose the 80 line here. We get a deeper correction, right? All time frames work, right? Price is fractal. So right now, yeah, I think I'm looking for continuation, right? I mean, looking for continuation on Bitcoin. So ETH is probably going to do what Bitcoin does, but stronger, right? A little more intensity. So they gave you a nice little spot to put your stop loss here. If you are super bullish on ETH, and let's say for some reason you're not already long, right? They gave you a spot to put your stop loss. If you're targeting 5K ETH, it's a 5-to-1 risk to reward. You know, take a shot. If it comes back down, you can get long at this decision block here. Okay, I'll give the safer trade. I'll give the safer trade for you guys too. This is for my. I know we have a lot of ETH maxis in the Discord. The safer trade is to wait for the spider line, wait for demands here. Use our new strong low. TP1's here. We can set it up like that. There you have a 3-to-1 to the highs. If you're swinging for the fences, you can use your strong low, and then you can target the next spider line. It's like a 4-to-1. Which is kind of exactly, I mean, if you're targeting the spider line with this trade, you're taking a 7-to-1. So as long as you are managing your risk, if you are managing your risk, you can take this trade, and you can wait for the pullback. Sweep these highs, you can look for an SFP to get short. Lose this low, you can definitely look for a short. So we'll just kind of map that out. Also, you take this low, you SFP it, you can look for a long. So we'll map this out. Come up here, SFP it, you can get short. Come down here, SFP, you can get long. Or you have these two middle of the range trades you can take. That's what I see on ETH. We'll throw this other long on here. All right, cool. Let's see what we got. Theta? Yeah, we can look at theta. So the problem with theta here, man, is that you're under bearish market structure on the weekly. Jeez, this chart looks like absolute dog doo doo. My apologies if you own theta, but this chart does not look good. Let's zoom in and see if we can find anything interesting on this on lower time frame. Let's see. You're under bearish daily structure too. Man. Yeah, I think there's better coins to trade. Bearded, if I'm being honest with you, man. With the way that Market Cipher looks here, like the price should be up here. But the price is here. I mean, you could scalp the range with Cipher Matrix, but yeah. I mean, a bearish week daily structure, I'd be basically giving you shorts on this, and the problem is, like, with the current market environment, it's not the best time to be taking shorts, in my opinion. But that could, like, if Bitcoin flips the daily bearish, like if Bitcoin comes back and loses that low we were talking about, then I can give you some shorts on theta. But for right now, I just probably wouldn't touch this coin. Yeah, exactly, Bearded. I just probably wouldn't touch this. All right. Like even Chill Guy here is under bullish weekly market structure. And this is a meme that dumped like crazy, right? Like, just to be bearish on the weekly at this point in the cycle is questionable. Okay, so Chill Guy. Let's see. So on the weekly, you break a weekly market structure bullish here. You come back, get your retest. Interesting. Yeah, we're going to have to zoom in on this one. This might be giving us what we were looking for. Chill Guy, we were looking for Chill Guy to pull this low. I still like Chill Guy if it pulls this low. I do. Where's your daily low? So you SFP'd your daily low here. You're fighting that low right now. So what structure would be sufficient here for me? Let's see. Ooh, Ooh, I like this. Oh, there's not much volume in that hammer, though. What kind of hammer is that? Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong candle. Oh. It's okay. That is so... that's a scam wick right there. That's what that is. That is a scam wick. Okay. So, you break your 4-hour structure here. Initiate, mitigate. You're trying to continue coming back to your breaker block. 6 hour, yeah, you range here, you break structure out, you initiate out, you come back to your breaker block, you go up. Is this like a 618 retracement? What are we seeing right now? Yeah, man, I mean, Chill Guy's sitting on really key weekly support. If you're doing a spot play on it, I mean, you're risking like 20% to make a lot. To make like 160%. I would say, yeah, I would say the risk to reward to accumulate Chill Guy here is pretty good. Full disclosure, I do own Chill Guy from the break of structure down here. But yeah, I mean, my thing is, like, memes that are on Coinbase are gonna find buyers, like, whenever retail comes back, right? So, if you don't have any, like, Coinbase memes, yeah, if you're accumulating, Julia, it looks good, right? Looks good looks good until we lose the weekly low. Accumulate away to your heart's content. Yeah, keep buying. Cool. I'm glad you aren't looking for leverage trades right now because I was going to give you one, but I think the real one is the sweep of this low down here. Yeah, keep buying. Okay. Ave? Yeah, we can look at Ave. Yeah, I agree. Look at Ave. Ave is making all Ave bulls extremely happy. I'll tell you that. Sheesh. I mean, it looks like we gave you guys the golden pocket bounce on Tuesday. So, what were we talking about, right? Where was the proof? We were talking about breaking structure here. We were talking about initiation, mitigation, continuation. It front ran our level a little bit, but came back down. Came back up, formed a new range. What were we talking about? Closing above here, closed above here, you go. Closed above there, you went. We're talking about how it was holding the demand here. Man, heck yeah, we've been killing Ave. So now we flipped this major resistance area that we couldn't get above 1, 2, 3 times into support, which is nice. So let's zoom in. Let's see what's going on. So we have our 1 hour low. Man, they got you here. If you try to short here, they got you. I totally understand why you would go short here, but they got you and they ripped it. Now this is quite the candle. Let's put an anchored view up on that. So you get above this anchored VWAP, I think you run the liquidity in this wick. Let's see. It's trying to flip. There isn't any structure in here. That's 12 minute. Yeah, that's 12 minute. Okay. It's trying to flip your 12-minute structure here. Now, the problem with flipping your 12-minute structure here is that you're going to hit your head on this anchored VWAP. I would prefer if you guys waited until we flip this VWAP into support and then got long to run the liquidity in the highs. But if you're looking for just a protected long, They didn't even give you 5-minute down here. Yeah, if you're looking to get long on this, I like either flipping the anchored VWAP here or swiping the low and going. I like putting in some structure here, swiping the low, breaking structure, stop loss here, TP1, TP2. Those are the two plays that I see right now on Aave. If you want to get bearish on Aave, I wouldn't yet, because there's no 4-hour structure here to flip. Like, yeah, you could go off the rejection here. If you're feeling FOMO on Aave, there's also 3-to-1 with the 1-hour low as your stop loss. I like the two trades I gave better, but this is valid. Yeah, I wouldn't be really bearish on Aave right now. At the very least, if you want to get bearish on Aave, you got to lose a strong low. 339.78. Set your alert there. 339.78. If that alert goes off, if you're long from anywhere in here, you can take some profit. Otherwise, I think we're coming here. Just structure-wise. That's your line in the sand. 339.78. Cool. Litecoin. Yeah, Curtis, I do have a video on the spider lines. I know that Cameron has posted it multiple times in the Discord. I think if you just go in the Discord and you search for spider lines, I think that video comes up. So I would do that. Litecoin, yeah. Let's look at our 4-hour. So Litecoin flips the 4-hour here, and it just retested. Oh wow, you guys have been chatting. I'm sorry, my chat has not been running. Yeah, take care, Mike. Have a good one. I gotta run in a minute anyway. All right, so you flip your 4-hour. You're getting a retest of demand. You have your, all right, so I like the same trades I like on Bitcoin. Just eyeballing this here. Wow. Sheesh. Ooh, it didn't signal this one, but it signaled this one. Nice. All right. You have your long here. Is the RR there? That's another question. And no, not really. So let's see if we can use structure to get an entry here. They don't give you any 15-minute structure. All right, I like a swipe of this low. Swipe at this low into your order block. Go. And that would be longing around. Later, Darren. Have a good one. Yeah, I like 116. It's also a spider line here. What would convince me otherwise? I need at least a 15-minute bullish break of structure. So right now, where would the 15-minute break be? It's man, it's you flip your 15 bearish here. You flip it bearish here. Man, it's all the way up here. Yeah, you got to come down. Give me some sort of structure to get me interested, and then I can get in there. But where would that likely happen? Around 116. Otherwise, they're just not going to give you a chance to get in. Yeah, I don't really see any clear setups on this man for you. Besides this. This is really all I see is like 116, is like 117 area. Otherwise, if you're riding this, man, I would just be watching like the EMA strat on the 5-minute, or if you have sight from HSI, use that. But yeah, there's no like real structure entry I have for you. Thoughts on Sui? Yeah, we'll go over Sui. I have time to do like 2 more. We'll go over Sui, and we'll go over ADA just because ADA is a top market cap coin. We'll go over that. Okay. Let's look at Sui. Sui got a 4-hour market structure break here. It hasn't retested that. Here, let's clean this chart up a little bit. These are the 2 areas of interest I like for Sui, around 358 and 346. Sui also just SFP'd your 4-hour, which is nice. We got a nice little SFP there. Or I'm sorry, your 1-hour, not your 4-hour. Sorry. SFP'd your 1-hour. Likely going to hit your head here. Let's zoom in. Let's see if we have... If you're scalping, you can take a retest of this demand up. Nah, no, not really. Hit your head on that. Yeah, 358 and 346 is what I see. Yeah, hitting resistance right now with the golden pocket. Yeah, you're at your golden pocket right now. I think you sweep this low into 358, get long. I like that. That's what I like on Sui. If that doesn't work out, then you look. So look for structure, right? Target a rotation back to here. If that doesn't work out, then down here. Same idea. Wait for structure. Target up here. That's what I see on Sui. Man, look at that target. Perfect. Gave it to y'all here. Spider lines, spider lines, spider lines, spider lines. Okay. But let's talk about now. So we flipped our 4-hour. No. 4-hour is bullish, but we flipped it internally bullish as well. Ooh, this looks good. This looks good. 4-hour lows down here. Well, yeah. 4-hour lows down here. 1 hour. Ooh, we're breaking some internal 1-hour structure. Not that important, but yeah, I think ADA looks good. Alligator gels on the 1 hour. You pull your 15-minute, break your 15-minute variously here, going down, lower high. Break it. SFP this low, breaking internal structure. Man, they're really not giving you much actionable structure here. And let's put some anchor VWAPs here. I mean, you could take a spider line trade on ADA. You can take this trade on ADA. Now, this is like if you're really wanting to trade ADA. So the Market Cipher does look good here. Let's squeeze back up to $1 psychological level. Alternatively, the really nice trade would be this breaker block down here, or this retest of demand. Oh, we just got that. Okay, did we break any structure out of that? Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. ADA looks really good, but they're not giving you like a good structure entry, which is frustrating. Yeah, I would say you can take the spider line trade, or you can take, if you get above this VWAP here and you hold this, you can put your stop underneath the VWAP from the low. And same target. You can target like $1. It's like a 6-to-1. I would probably wait for it to get above this VWAP, right? Because like you can see this VWAP's been a problem. So if you get above this VWAP and you hold it, then you ride it up. I like that. I'm being honest with you on ADA. Alright guys, I'm sorry I'm not able to get to all your coins today. We'll be back to... Oh yeah, we have to see what the new schedule is going to be. So let's look at the results of that poll. Okay, so we did a new poll for the time of the stream. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you guys are in favor of 4 p.m. Central Standard Time and daily close 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So here's what we're going to do. Since it's a straight tie, we're going to alternate for this week. So we're going to do Monday. We're going to do Monday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll do Tuesday at 6:30, Wednesday at 4, Thursday at 6:30, and then the Sunday stream stays the same. It's going to be daily. It's going to be weekly open. But that'll be the new schedule, guys. We're gonna alternate. Awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new here, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell. Join the free Discord. Link to the top of the chat. Ask everyone here. We're killing it in there. We'd be happy to have you. My name's Wave Cipher. Trade safe. Much love. Wave Cipher out. Have a fantastic weekend.